In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on January 13, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Florida Panthers versus Philadelphia Flyers. The Florida Panthers are preparing to travel to the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where they will face off against the Philadelphia Flyers. For more details, continue reading for our prediction regarding the upcoming matchup between the Florida Panthers and the Philadelphia Flyers. The Panthers are currently ranked second in the Atlantic Division with a solid record of 25-15-3. In contrast, the Flyers find themselves near the bottom of the Metropolitan Division, holding a record of 18-20-5. In the previous 2023-2024 season, the Philadelphia Flyers posted a 2-1-0 record against the Panthers in their meetings. The Philadelphia Flyers have struggled as underdogs on their home ice this season, compiling a disappointing record of 3-8-1. On the other hand, the Florida Panthers have been dominant in their recent matchups with the Flyers, boasting a perfect 3-0-0 record in their last 3 meetings. Sergei Bobrovsky, the Panthers' veteran goaltender, has had considerable success against the Flyers throughout his career, recording a 20-7-1 record over 28 games with a goals against average of 2.35 and a save percentage of .921. Despite Bobrovsky's strong individual performances, the Panthers' overall goaltending has been an issue for the team this season, as they continue to allow too many goals despite facing relatively few shots on goal. Bobrovsky's impressive history against the Flyers should help mitigate this problem, and his presence in goal could allow the Panthers to rely on scoring just a few goals to secure a victory. Although there may be some intrigue in considering the Philadelphia Flyers with the plus money odds at home, the team has significantly underperformed for much of this season. The Flyers have lost 6 of their last 9 games, and their defensive struggles have been a major factor in these setbacks. They have allowed 3 or more goals in 7 of their last 10 games, showcasing how vulnerable their defense has been. In contrast, the Florida Panthers are a strong and reliable team, regardless of whether they are playing on the road or at home. Their offensive firepower should have the upper hand in this matchup. For instance, just over a month ago, the Panthers scored 7 goals against the Flyers in a dominant performance. The Flyers' home record this season has also been far from impressive, as they have suffered 11 losses in their 20 home games. The Florida Panthers are simply the more capable and trustworthy team, making it difficult to bet against them. The Flyers, on the other hand, lack significant value given their defensive woes, so the Florida Panthers' money line is our full game side pick. When comparing the offensive numbers of both teams, it's surprising to note that they are relatively close. The Flyers are averaging 3 goals per game, while the Panthers have a slightly higher average of 3.26 goals per game. However, the team's defensive stats tell a different story. The Flyers have one of the worst defensive records in the league, with the 3rd worst team goals against average of 3.47 goals allowed per game. In comparison, the Panthers still allow over 3 goals per game. In the lone previous matchup between these two teams this season, the final score was a high-scoring 7-5 victory for the Panthers, showcasing the lack of defensive discipline from both sides. Both of these teams have a tendency to engage in high-scoring affairs. The Flyers are coming off a game where they experienced an offensive surge, scoring 6 goals. The Panthers, led by skilled players such as sniper Sam Reinhart and elite talent Alexander Barkov, are more than capable of posting a significant number of goals themselves, particularly against a team that has such significant struggles defensively. The Panthers are also the 2nd most penalized team in the league, which could provide the Flyers with numerous opportunities on the power play. Given the expected offensive fireworks from both teams, it's likely that we'll witness a high-scoring game to kick off the week in Philadelphia, with a shootout expected. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Calgary Flames versus Chicago Blackhawks. Two Western Conference teams are set to face off in the Windy City as they both look to secure a victory. The Calgary Flames will be on the road, making the journey to take on the Chicago Blackhawks on Monday night. Calgary enters this matchup coming off a hard-fought 2-1 win over the Los Angeles Kings at home in their most recent contest on Saturday night. Meanwhile, the Blackhawks suffered a 4-3 loss at home to the Edmonton Oilers in their previous game, also played on Saturday night. Over the last 10 meetings between these two teams, the Flames hold a slight 5-4-1 advantage, having won the last two matchups. One of those victories came in a 6-4 triumph on their home ice on December 21, 2024, which remains the most recent encounter between the teams. This season, Calgary has won both of their previous meetings against Chicago, and they managed to secure a 2-goal victory in each contest. The Blackhawks have had major struggles offensively this season, managing to score 3 or fewer goals in 8 of their last 9 games. Chicago ranks 29th in goals scored per game and is dead last in shots per game, further highlighting their offensive struggles. Defensively, the Blackhawks have also been underperforming, ranking 28th in both goals allowed per game and shots allowed per game. This lack of offensive and defensive cohesion has put Chicago in a difficult position throughout the season. As the Flames prepare to take to the road for this contest, they come in having won 2 straight games. Despite struggling on the road with a record of 6-8-4, Calgary has shown more consistency at home with a 14-6-3 record this season. However, facing a struggling Chicago team should work in their favor. The Flames have been stronger defensively this season compared to the Blackhawks, which is a crucial factor in a game between two teams that have had difficulty generating offense. Chicago's recent struggles on both ends of the ice only further increase the challenge for them in this matchup, making it seem like an uphill battle for the Blackhawks to overcome. While Calgary has had its own issues on the road, their 6-8-4 record away from home this season does not carry as much weight in this matchup. The focus here is on the Blackhawks, who have been one of the weakest teams in the league, consistently racking up losses. Chicago has dropped 8 of their last 10 games and has allowed 4 or more goals in 7 of those contests. Things have been especially bleak in Chicago lately, and with the Flames coming off 2 consecutive victories, they seem well positioned to continue their dominance over the Blackhawks, having outscored them 9-5 in their 2 meetings this season. Despite any doubts about Calgary, it's hard to find a reason to support Chicago in their current form, especially with the Flames coming in with the edge. The line for this game seems reasonable given the circumstances. After witnessing the Blackhawks collapse against the Oilers on Saturday night, it's clear that Calgary has the upper hand heading into this contest. So the Calgary Flames money line is our full game side pick. Both teams have struggled to generate offense this season, with Calgary particularly struggling to put the puck in the net. The Flames have scored 3 or fewer goals in 9 of their last 10 games, and they rank 27th in goals scored per game. Similarly, the Blackhawks have also had a hard time finding the back of the net, scoring 3 or fewer goals in 8 of their last 9 games. Chicago ranks 29th in goals per game and is last in shots per game. The lack of offensive production from both teams suggests that this game will likely be a lower scoring affair. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Kings versus Edmonton Oilers. The Los Angeles Kings have emerged as one of the most surprising teams in the NHL this season. With a stellar defense anchored by solid veterans in goal, this team is showing that they have the potential to make a significant impact in the 2024-2025 campaign. Their strong defensive play, combined with reliable goaltending, sets them up as a formidable contender as the season progresses. They are certainly a team to keep an eye on, as they have the tools to compete at a high level and make some serious noise in the upcoming months. On Monday, the Kings will face a tough challenge when they go up against the Edmonton Oilers. The Oilers began the season with a rocky start but have since found their stride, displaying their offensive firepower in recent games. They have made it clear that their sole focus for the 2024-2025 season is to advance further than they did the previous year. With a renewed sense of purpose, the Oilers are looking to prove that they can take that next step in their pursuit of the Stanley Cup. The Los Angeles Kings experienced an unexpected and unfortunate break in their schedule as their midweek game was postponed due to the devastating wildfires that were raging across the Southern California region. As a result, the Kings traveled out of town to face the Winnipeg Jets on Friday, where they secured a narrow 2-1 victory in overtime. They were back in action the following day, but unfortunately fell 2-1 to the Calgary Flames in regulation. This game was originally scheduled to be played in Los Angeles before the postponement. In their recent stretch of games, the Kings have hit the under in 4 consecutive matchups, averaging only 2 goals per game. Meanwhile, goalies Darcy Kuemper and David Rittich have been exceptional, allowing just 4 goals in the past 4 games combined, showcasing the team's defensive resilience. The Edmonton Oilers picked up a hard-fought 4-3 win against the Chicago Blackhawks in their most recent outing on Saturday. Over the past 6 games, the Oilers have won 5 times, with an impressive offensive showing, scoring 3 or more goals in 14 consecutive games since December 12th. Additionally, their defense and goaltending have been solid, allowing an average of just 2.2 goals per game over the past 6 contests. The Oilers have had the upper hand in recent meetings with the Kings, boasting a 6-0-2 record in their last 8 matchups against Los Angeles. However, the Kings did manage to secure a 4-3 overtime victory in the first meeting between the two teams this season, which took place on December 28th. In that game, the Kings were slight underdogs in the overhit, indicating that the matchup was a competitive one. Despite the Kings' victory in their only meeting with the Oilers this season, the Oilers have held a dominant edge in their recent history, boasting a 7-3 record in their last 10 head-to-head contests. This includes a decisive 4-1 series win for Edmonton in the Stanley Cup playoffs last season, further highlighting their strength in this Pacific Division rivalry. When the teams face off in Edmonton, the Oilers have been particularly dominant, hosting a 4-1 record in their last 5 games against the Kings and outscoring Los Angeles 23-15 over that span. Both the Kings and the Oilers have been in strong form lately, but the Kings' recent struggles on offense have been a cause for concern. While their defense continues to shine, their goal-scoring output has been steadily declining in recent games. This could present a challenge for Los Angeles as they take on an Edmonton team with a more dynamic and potent offense. Look for the Oilers to continue their recent dominance over the Kings, as they are likely to outscore Los Angeles, whose defense may not be enough to contain the Oilers' high-powered attack. The Kings will still be competitive, but it's tough to see them pulling off a victory against Edmonton, especially with the Oilers' more reliable offense at home. So the Edmonton Oilers money line is our full game side pick. Goaltending and defense remain the cornerstone of both teams' success, as both the Kings and Oilers currently rank in the top 10 of the NHL for goals against average this season. Additionally, both teams have demonstrated offensive firepower recently, with one of the 2 squads scoring 4 or more goals in each of the last 6 games played in Edmonton. For the Kings, the over has hit in 4 of their last 10 games, with the team allowing 3 or more goals in 6 of those contests. The Oilers have also seen the over hit 4 times in their last 10 games, with their offense averaging 4 goals per game over their past 5 games at home. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.